In this video, we'll be taking a look at Hino's background events. This is a new way to customize your schedule for the needs of your practice. By adding in the availability for your providers, you have the ability to have a visual cue to see where appointments can be scheduled, as shown in the green. Background events do have the ability to also block out time for when the provider is not available, and also build in custom shifts. So if the provider has general availability and not available for a certain time, that time can be blocked off as well. As a traditional schedule is built in, the schedule is traditionally blank itself. Navigating over to our schedule tab on the left under the Manage and Resources is where we could take a look at adding in the schedule for our providers. There'll be two new sub-tabs under the Resource section. One is our schedule, the other is our custom shifts. Let's first take a look at schedule. In here, we have the ability to make adjustments for the Monday through Sunday schedule start time and end times. By clicking onto the drop-down button, you have the ability to adjust the start time and end time for the individual day, as well as mark them as unavailable. Only one entry per day is available between a set hours from when they traditionally start and conclude. If the provider is unavailable that day, that can also be marked with the toggle to mark them as unavailable. Custom shifts give the ability to block out certain days and times for if the individual is off on that day. A custom shift can be added in to block off time for that day as well. Selecting the Create gives the ability to add in that blocked off time by setting the start date for when this is in place. This is handy, for instance, for vacations. If let's say that this individual will be out between the 13th and the 17th. Setting the start time and end time for those blockades we could add in as well. And having the toggle for not available. If the provider had an instance where they were maybe doing coverage and they are extending their hours, you can also have the toggle off for not available to expand hours to provide that additional coverage to their regular time slots as well. Selecting the Create here, we go ahead and create that in place. So in this instance here, I created my schedule with the custom shifts to extend the coverage for this week between October 13th through the 17th. And on the schedule, I also have the general availability of the 8 to 5. Let's navigate back to our schedule and take a look at my provider here. And now we have the availability in place for the traditional availability between 8 to 5. If we go into the week view, we could also see this as well in this view. And as we have our 8 to 5s throughout the week, in our adjustment there, we had that extension for that additional coverage using the custom shifts and have that extended coverage over here. In part of the schedule update as well, we introduced the ability for those who have a multitude of providers. By adding in more providers in your traditional view, the spacing does get adjusted for when you select multiple teams. And as you continue to select multiple teams, the narrowing view can be noticed. Selecting onto the Customize over here is where we have the ability to adjust from the no scroll bar to another option. By selecting onto the option itself, this will change the size of the resource for the length itself. This gives you the ability to see providers for a multitude of providers in general on your main view, while also having the ability to scroll through horizontally and see individual brackets of providers within that given day with a larger view for viewing slots that are on the schedule. Days are separated by black lines to help indicate the difference in sections in the given day. to be aware of those informations. And with these, our aim is to help streamline your practice and impact your communities.